Well, good evening, everyone. I want to welcome you to our X-Tribe Online Leadership Webcast. It's a gorgeous day here in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, and as you know, we all just returned from an amazing pre-launch in Orlando, Florida. And guys, I can tell you that it was such an exceptional weekend with so many wonderful things, and we're going to do some recaps for you tonight. We're going to tell you a little bit about what went on, but we had a Friday night presentation that was awesome. We had training from our corporate nutritional expert who is just sensational, giving us great insight into the products, and you're going to hear a little bit about that tonight. We had some fabulous training and becoming, real ninjas in the business and building our business and doing some amazing things over the next 90 days, and you're going to hear about the activities that we're planning for that. And I have to say that the exciting thing is the next 90 days, the blast that you put forth is going to make your business just soar. And I can tell you there were a lot of people in the audience this weekend that made major declarations about where they want their business to be at the official launch of the United States in April, and you're going to hear more about that too. And then coming up in June, there are about 15,000 fusioners are going to be in Medellin, Colombia, and you probably want to jot this down because June 8th through the 11th is Alhambra, which is the huge convention. As many of you heard, there were 10,000 fusioners from all over Latin America. Well, we're taking the United States there with us this year. We're going to have an awesome, awesome opportunity to see the huge situations, the excitement, the leadership, and so forth. So, guys, the next 90 days are so important to the success of your business and where you want to be by the launch of the United States and by Alhambra in June. And a few other quick announcements is that I sent out to all the leadership the brand new updated U.S. price list, which comes actually from the back office. So if you go into your back office, you log in, you'll see at the very top there's an icon that says Fusion. If you click on that on the right side, you'll see a whole resource library. So I suggest you go there. You can actually download it. They'll give you a great link. It'll have all the new products that you're going to hear about tonight. And we also updated the accelerator guide both in English and Spanish from last week's webcast. So if you go to xtribeonline.com, you can actually get a beautiful updated version. And if you heard about it this weekend, we use that in our new member orientation to get our team members up and running fast and efficiently. So our first speaker tonight is calling in from the gorgeous state of Colorado. As I understand, they have had so much snow that people were literally shoveling out in order to get to the airport to get to Orlando. And when they landed in Orlando and they saw the sunshine and the trees, they were so happy to see the green instead of the massive mounds of white. So with that, I'm going to share over to Paul Devlin, who's going to talk about the 3 exciting products that were launched in Orlando. So with that, over to you, Paul.
Thanks, Ann. Yeah, it was quite a shock to get off the plane in Denver after 76 degrees in Orlando, land at Denver, and it was 1 degree. But it's been great. What an incredible event that was. And what I want to cover with you guys tonight is the company has just released 3 new products, and I'm going to actually go over here and I'll do a little screen share so you can see the products as we walk through this. Let me get this working here. Okay, and the first product that they've released is called Flora Live. And it's a probiotic product. It's got prebiotic fiber, passion fruit extract. And there's a lot of probiotics on the market right now. This product delivers 10 billion probiotic bacteria. So why is that important? Well, what they've learned about your immune system is it basically resides in your gut. that the strength and the health of your immune system depends on having a healthy gut and a healthy probiotic presence in your gut. So we'll look through here and see that it reduces the duration of respiratory infections, helps to maintain the health of the intestinal tract, promotes a more efficient immune system, as I just said. And the price point here on FloraLive, again, it comes in a box of 30. It's 27 PV and $55. Some of the other benefits here: you can have a balanced intestinal flora. Some factors to avoid to protect your gut listed here are, number one, a high consumption of animal protein. You want to avoid that. You want to avoid a lot of refined food that's low in fiber. You want to obviously avoid antibiotic treatments. We just know that antibiotics are way overprescribed, and so if there's any way you can avoid them, that's the smart thing to do. And obviously reduce stress. And when you have a healthy intestinal flora, you absorb more calcium, magnesium, iron. Your body produces more vitamins like K, B12, B9. And in relation with your immune system, having this healthy flora of probiotics, it's going to reduce allergic response. So you've got people that have food allergies. You've got lactose intolerance, egg allergies, peanuts, wheat, and nuts. When you have a super healthy flora, a person's negative response or allergic response to these kind of substances is shown to go down. Okay? It also has been shown to reduce the incidence of acute infections. Now, again, we're not saying or making a claim that the product is reducing the incidence. What we're saying is what the science has shown is that when you have a healthy gut, that will reduce the incidence of acute infections and reduce incidences of things like winter colds and flus. So again, the key to the immune system is having healthy flora in your gut, and that's what this FloraLive product is all about. So super exciting product that they've added in the line. All right, the second one they announced is called Beauty In. So this is actually a product to tone and tighten skin from the inside out. So the ingredients in it are collagen, number 1 and number 3, coenzyme Q10, hyaluronic acid, toronja, and guava extracts. So what happens, the reason a product like this is so important is because from the time you hit age 40, your collagen declines 1% per year, which basically leads to weakness and sagging in the skin. So that's why people would want to take a product like this. As you age, that collagen is declining. This is a product that replaces it. So again, the point value here is it's 30 PV, and for 30 sticks of Beauty In, it's $60. And I should say for both of these products, just like all the other products in the Fusion line, this is something that's I've been so impressed about with this company is it almost doesn't matter what the product is, it tastes good. And both of these products taste amazing. So this is a pictorial of the skin aging. So your dermis is 90% collagen, and over time it's going to produce less collagen, less of this hyaluronic acid and coenzyme Q10. So that's what Beauty In is going to replace. Again, a phenomenal product. And here's just a slide showing, all of the causes, the secondary causes of skin damage aside from aging. You've got, especially here in Colorado, we're hit with major ultraviolet rays because of there's just less oxygen in the atmosphere to block the sun. So it's a major issue in Colorado, and obviously pollution, stress, bad diet, it's all going to damage your skin. So that's Beauty In. Okay, the third product they released is called Passion. So this is guarana extract, royal jelly, zinc, and arginine. So you've got royal jelly basically for general health maintenance. Now, royal jelly is what is the worker bees give to the in the hive that the queen distributes for the health of the hive. So it's like the food for the bees as they're growing. Super healthy product. And then arginine, which promotes arterial vasodilation and reduces fatigue. So obviously you get better blood flow, you get more passion happening. This product is $60, so it's basically $2 a stick. Now remember, guys, this is full retail that I'm talking about. These prices are before the discount. So let's just talk real briefly about a comparison in the market. And again, we're not making any health claims at all. We're just saying arginine, that ingredient, promotes arterial vasodilation. It promotes better blood flow, better circulation. Zinc is a product that's shown to be super beneficial in the area of sexual health, sexual function. So putting these ingredients in there, when those ingredients show those kinds of benefits, compare that. We've got a $5 billion market for ED pills, and now there's even the female version of that that's being released in the market. This is a massive market, and it's just shocking. I mean, I have no personal experience with this whatsoever. Let me just put that out there as a disclaimer. But these products like Cialis and Viagra can sell for as much as $40 a pill. It's unbelievable the prices people pay for this product. Now, Cialis is the #1 product now in that area, and I mean, every other commercial on television is for Cialis or Levitra or Viagra, right? It is a massive market. Now, can we say this is going to do exactly what those drugs do? No, but what I'm saying is if it's promoting these benefits and it's $2 a stick at full retail, it's obviously an incredible value for people to try. So those are the 3 new products they released, and all of us had the products sampled in Orlando. Love them. Many of us brought the products back with them. Absolutely love this release. So Ann, back to you. Thank you.
Appreciate that, and I loved your explanations about each one of the products. I can tell you that I love the Beauty Inn. It is so delicious, guys, and David loves it. I've had friends that I shared some of the early boxes that I got because I was down in Lima, so I brought them back with me. I brought back some passion with me. Well, I always have passion with me, but I brought some of the fusion passion back with me, and I also brought back the Flora Live. So I love the descriptions that you gave tonight, Paul, and the explanations, because these are powerful additions to what we have. Powerful additions to our weight management category with the Flora Leave, and certainly between Passion and Beauty in the anti-aging area. So guys, like Paul said, if you order all 3 of those, you're going to get a discount. It's going to give you at least 20% plus the additional 5, if not 27.5%. So go for it. They're in the back office. You can order them today, and make sure you get some great brochures with that so that you can be able to talk to people and have some great information to share with them. So with that, we're now going to move over to the beautiful San Diego, California, where we just came back, as I said, from an amazing weekend, and Randy hit the ball out of the park, talking about what it's going to take for us as visionary leaders to lead the pack and really take the next 90 days and make a blowout opportunity in our businesses. So with that, Randy, over to you.
All right, great. Am I unmuted? All right, great. Hey guys, I would like to address this thoughts to the people who are building in the United States, and then people in other countries who have contacts in the United States, and then to people who have contacts in the Dominican Republic, Spain, and Argentina. Because DR, Spain, and Argentina are all those are the next countries that will open. And I mean like really, really soon, like a matter of weeks and perhaps days in some cases. And I'm hoping by next week's webcast we'll have some actual dates for you. But I want to talk about the mindset that it takes to build in an environment like we are here, which is pre-launch. And the analogy that we used in Orlando at the event was that it's like hacking through the jungle. Actually, if you see that picture behind me with those trees and all that foliage, imagine the whole jungle like that, right? Because you have point A, which is where you are, and then you have point B, which is where you'd like to get to. And where it is in a pre-launch situation is you got to hack through the jungle. And there are snakes, and there are tigers, and there are mosquitoes with malaria, and people are shooting arrows at you. And the truth is, some people die in the jungle, right? So this is a different mindset as opposed to if you found a company that had been open in the United States for 4 or 5 years and they had their everything all set up and they have all their marketing materials and product line is all sussed out and all of that. It's a very different environment. It requires a different mindset. And in a pre-launch situation like we have here in the US and we're talking about with those 3 other countries, it's a mindset for visionaries and leaders, people who get it, who understand the tremendous upside that comes from launching a country. Because when you're one of the people who are responsible for the growth of a country and launching it, you can become very wealthy. And I've been in this business for 30 years, and I tell you, it doesn't matter what country, it doesn't matter what company. Everybody I've seen who's ever launched a market for any company, they've done really, really well, and they've become wealthy. And so what I want you to think about is, how do you make that happen? How do you make the most of it? Right now, we're looking at the possibility of an April for the official launch for the United States. I expect to have that date for sure by the next week's webcast. So stay tuned for that. But that's the kind of the game plan right now is April or around April. That's when we think the official U.S. launch would be. So the question is, how do you make the most of it? Because we're in a scenario right now where an hour you spend building the business now is worth like 20 hours a year or 2 from now. Because we are pre-launch. We're ahead of the game. Now, why do we say there's a jungle and people are, you know, the snakes and the mosquitoes and the malaria? Because you don't have all the marketing material set up, right? You don't have the whole system set up. We don't have our next version of the recruiting video set up. We don't have our next version of, we don't have the replicated site is not out yet, right? The mobile app is not out yet. So the example is, as people go through the jungle, it starts, you're hacking through, and then there's a little path, and then there's a footpath, and eventually it becomes a dirt road, and finally it's a paved road. And then the analogy would be a company that's 5 years old or 10 years old. It's like a 8-lane superhighway, and there's 4 lanes going east and 4 lanes going right, but there's a toll booth in the middle. And the people who were the ones who were willing to hack through the jungle, meaning who got active, who went to work when it was pre-launch, those are the people that get a cut of the toll booth every time a car goes through the superhighway. So how do you make the most of that right now? Here's what we suggest. This was the assignment we gave the people in Orlando, and I would suggest to everybody around the world the same thing. Key is get 3 to 5 serious people, meaning they understand about the jungle. These are leaders or visionaries. They get it. You need at least 3 to 5 on the left and 3 to 5 on your right. And somebody said, well, does Randy mean personal roles? Yes, that's exactly what I mean. 3 to 5 within the next 2 weeks. This would be the goal, the challenge I would suggest for you. If you want to really capitalize on this pre-launch situation and make the most of it, get 3 to 5 key people on the left, 3 to 5 key people on the right, and have them start duplicating the process. Meaning they're going to do the same thing. They're looking for serious leaders and visionaries, and they want to get 3 to 5 on the left, 3 to 5 on the right. So for you guys in the US or in these other markets, the idea that at, like, for instance, the April launch here in the States or whatever we do in those other countries, you would be there with a big team at the launch, and you already have people in, their spots are locked in, they're already trained, they're already using the products, you've already produced volume, you have a growing organization. And that gives you this huge head start before other people even get to work. So, Ann, I'll turn it back to you.
Thanks, Randy. I'll tell you that whole story that you shared gets me so excited every time I imagine going through the jungle and slashing through with all of those machetes, because that's really what it feels like, guys. And so listen to what he had to say. It's a powerful, powerful principle if you're building on both sides to really get your team ramped up. And speaking of ramping up, just to remind you, this week, we're ending the week on Thursday. So you have till Thursday evening at midnight, when the clock strikes midnight, in order to close out this week. And I know a lot of people are really pushing for rank advancement. So it's an exciting time, exciting moment, exciting momentum going on. And the same thing for next week. So guys, write this down. We have Thursday, January 14th, Thursday, January 21st, and then Wednesday, January 27th. And all of that extension was due to the generosity of Fusion Corporate, looking at the fact that we just came out of the holidays and wanting to give us a little bit of an adjustment there just through the month of January. So now we're going to go back down to Orlando, Florida, where I'm proud to announce to all of you that we have a new gold calling in today who did an absolutely awesome job of running this amazing weekend with all the logistics, pulling it together with the entire team. And here tonight we have Billy Looper, who's going to share with us not only how all this came together, but how he did an unbelievable job of also reaching the rank of gold in the midst of all this excitement. So with that, over to you, Billy Looper.
Thank you, Ann. Yes, it was a very exciting week, and I think for those who are in the audience that have this name badge, it's going to be very important about 10 years from now, because the people in that room are the ones that are going to lay the foundation and really started the hacking in the jungle this weekend. It was so exciting to see everybody from all the different countries, and especially the United States, people who sacrificed and got here through the weather, through financial concerns, through all kinds of traffic, and they got here and had a great time, and I think it's going to be a very historical event. But the race to gold that you talked about was a lot of fun as well, and it seems like it kind of all came together at one time. And this race to gold actually was started in the middle of November when we first started this venture with Fusion, because I knew it was a 45-day plan for me, and I knew that the culmination was going to be at the first week of January. So all the seeds were set back in November when I got a few interested team members who were committed enough to have their first home meetings during the holidays, right before Thanksgiving. I went to Sandy and Debbie and Jillian down in Port St. Lucie, and part of that momentum from working through the holidays, just like we've been talking about for the last couple of weeks, culminated in the rank of gold. So even through the Christmas holidays, we had people who did their home meetings. I went up to North Carolina to vacation and visit with my family. I ran into my old friend Johnny Johnson, who was a buddy of mine since high school, and I told him 2 days after Christmas, we are going to have your first home meeting. And I went through the list of excuses and list of the why nots, but he finally got around to calling his 30 people. And just like the formula I always talk about, he had 6 people show up on a Monday night, 2 days after the holidays, on a wet, foggy, really dark, scary night. And those 6 people, 4 of those have joined his team. And that's what we talk about when we talk about working through the holidays, making a commitment, getting uncomfortable, forgetting about the excuses, and just making things happen. Also, we also always talk about doing what you love, but at the same time keep this fusion on the tip of your tongue. So I went to my old high school basketball team's tournament over that holiday, and I went there with my Uncle Jeff, and Uncle Jeff was there. He came walking in, and half the stadium knew him. He was like the mayor of this little town. And one of the people he knew, of course, I told Jeff about Fusion and why we were so excited. One of the people, one of his buddies, was a guy named Stimmy Steichleather, who we looked over across the way, and he was on his phone making a car deal. So we decided right then and there that he's going to be one of our leaders, and he joined the team over this weekend as well. So this is what happens when you just do your daily activities, make a commitment to get people involved with the home meetings, and really really start the rank advancement goal. So Thursday before the event here in Orlando, Herman was coming into town from Colombia. So we did the first home meeting here in Orlando as well on Thursday night. It's kind of late notice. We had a few people in the house, and all but two of those people have joined the team as well. We also went to Melbourne and had a home meeting. Holly over there, there's every excuse in the book not to have a meeting, but we had one anyway, and it's just amazing to find the people who are committed and to go to work without knowing everything about the comp plan, without knowing everything about the products, without knowing anything at all except invite 30 people and have your first home meeting. The energy that was created from this weekend, even though we were at the sessions, we were conducting the meetings, the energy created when everybody saw the Facebook pages and the social media pages also led to a new team member in Alabama, in Texas, in Arizona, in Indiana, and so all over the country people were getting excited about this, but it's still so early. We had 100+ people in the room, and that was all for the United States, so it's very early in the process. The whole thing about this race to gold was based on getting people's first major blast out into the world and for them to commit to doing a home meeting. And don't be intimidated by that. It is so easy. It's the easiest 3 hours you can spend. An hour to call people, an hour to get the house ready, get the videos ready, get the Vita Energy and On mixture ready, to clean the house, whatever you have to do to get rid of the distractions, get rid of the pets, get rid of the children, whatever you have to do for 1 hour, and then a 1 hour presentation. So in that 3 hours, you can really jumpstart your business, get started, make a few extra dollars, show people how easy this is to start. Because you just, we've all made our list of prospects, but I really believe in that formula of 30, calling those 40, and then confirm with your sponsor that whether they're going to be there at your home meeting launch or whether they're going to Skype in and help answer questions. So even if you joined Fusion yesterday, you could have one of these home meetings in 24 or 48 hours and really jumpstart your business, because we are all here to help you do that with the team upline support. At the event, you just play 3 videos, 3 very short videos that really get the idea of what's going on with Fusion, why it's so important, why the timing is so important, why these products are just going to knock your socks off, and then also have your samples ready, your flyer catalog ready, your price list ready, and then either sign people up on the spot or give them the samples and to leave and schedule a follow-up later. So it's all a very easy process. It's a very fun process, and it is really taken off. I think we've hit a huge nerve on many different levels: the health level, the financial level, and just the team spirit level. I've never seen a team come together like this, and everyone want to jumpstart their business. So get with your upline, schedule your launch date, and really make this happen, because in 45 days or even less, you will be able to go gold as well, and that's when some serious money starts coming into the bank account, and that's kind of makes it kind of fun. Thanks, Ann.
Oh, Billy, that's awesome. I'm so excited for you, and what a great team you have put together, and got a chance to meet several of them down in Orlando. They're so excited, and I know there's lots of rank advancements coming up from there, so congratulations. Well done, my friend. And so now we're going to head back out over to San Diego once again, as we're going to close out this week strong, and you're going to get some great advice from Shai Samuel. Shai, over to you.
Hi, Ann. Can you hear me? Okay. So first, I'm so excited always to be here with you. I mean, it's such a pleasure to work with people like you. It's like I know that everyone will deliver his part, and that gets me so excited. I went to that event with high expectation, and this event was even better than anything I expected. And above the content, the store was full with merchandise, with things, with the products, also with things that make such a difference. I got my product package, and I got all my products here. So when I go to show people, it's very easy. I got my brochures, beautiful brochures. It's so easy to do the business with these brochures. I got the evolution plan, this such a beautiful, elegant tool, to present the business when you speak with people and you can show them. And I got, of course, my battle to use the product. And guess what? I'm using now Flora Leaf. I mean, that's an amazing product. And when Randy talked about the toll booth, I mean, this is a nice story, but I can tell you that I had the experience of it. 9 years ago, I was there in another, beginning, and I invested my time, and I got percentage from every dollar that people put into that toll booth by then. So I'm so excited now, and I know now it's going to be bigger. These roads that are building will be wider and faster than anything that happened before, and Fusion will be huge very soon. And the opportunity to be here such early is something that really happened once in a life. So with that, as Anne said, we got until Thursday to close the week, and what you want is to talk to as many people as you can, get them to either come to your home, a presentation, or send them, a short email with two free links of videos that present the business. What I do, I send the introduction to Fusion, the foreign, like less than 5 minutes introduction. Then I send the video about the products, and then the comp-plan, the 10 minutes animation. And then I follow up with people right away, as soon as possible, not more than 24 hours, but I try to do it sooner. And people get it, and that's the beauty of it. And if they don't get it yet, then you send them more and move forward. And when they're ready, they're joining. So we have until this Thursday midnight, and you have to do absolutely everything to get as many people. And if you go to your back office and look at your rank advance, you can see actually what you need in order to close this rank on maybe even the next rank. I mean, sometimes the difference between executive and a senior executive is not really huge, and once you get there, you can actually get to the next one. But anyway, every person that you get in today will do the same next week or the week after, and then your growth will be bigger because you have more people working in your team with you, and then that produce even better results. So I urge you, as Randy said, every hour today is worth 20 hours in the future, and I urge you to use the product, to share the product, to share the plan, and get people excited, because it's time that is never going to be here again. This moment is very special, and we want to be there in the next event in April. My prediction is going to be 1,000 people. That's a nice number, and I think it's possible, because 100 people, each of them will produce. We'll have big turnout, and it's going to be unbelievable with the scale of people that we have here and the scale of people that we had in the room in Orlando. Such an amazing people, positive and working together. No matter where you're from and which lines are you, people are working together because it's amazing opportunity and amazing company to be in. So let's do what is the right thing to do now, and let's go talk to people and show them what we got and have this thing shared with the America. With that, Anne, back to you.
Thank you, Shai. I'm going to hold that 1,000 number, okay, in my mind as a great opportunity for all of us. As Shai was saying, all it's going to take from every one of us is building our teams, getting ourselves in rank advancement, really making that an exciting weekly activity, and then reaching down and helping those in our teams to reach their rank advancements. And guys, it's just going to explode. I was texting with Alvaro this morning. It was as he was heading back to Lima, Peru with his family, and he was so excited about having spent time with us all in Orlando this past weekend. He saw the passion in the eyes of the people of the room. He saw the excitement in the team. He saw the vision that the team leaders have in order to take the business to the next level and onwards and upwards for there, all throughout the United States. So guys, we've got a great corporate team. We've got a great leadership team. We've got fantastic products. 14 products to launch the United States is unbelievable. And so now it's about all of us picking up the phone, making the calls, getting to the friends, getting to the family, and let's all get there and see you at the top. So with that, next week, same place, same bat channel, as Randy says. And good night, Billy. Good night, Paul. Good night, Randy. Good night, David. Good night, Shai. And good night to all of you. See you next week, guys. Bye for now.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
We're like the Waltons.
Bye.